This past week, Iranian rockets were shot at Cyprus, prompting a response by its European allies. One of those allies was Greece, who already had ships and jets in Cyprus. Despite conference realignment and a top-heavy playoff system, the Persians and the Greeks always find their way back to each other. Also, Big Ten fans claim this was bigger than Michigan and Ohio State is a bit better rivalry. Welcome to the Moonstamp Cast. I am Jordan. This is the Alexander the Great to my Alcibiades. Brian, how are you?
I'm good, but we're going to start today a little sad. I deleted a message that I sent in our Discord because I did not want you to see it. I'm sure you already saw it. Lou Holtz died.
Surprisingly, I saw your message, and yes, but you know who texted me almost immediately afterwards was my mom. So my mom actually was the one kind of to break the news to me. And it wasn't like an article. It was like Lou Holtz died, period. That was the entire message. Yeah. So you better.
Damn, I was hoping to get you on that on live on the pod.
I've never listen. My mom has multiple purposes in life, and I love her to death. And she's an amazing woman. Breaking deaths is one of them. It's not just news. A lot of death comes from that woman's text messages. Wow. She just gets the Fox News alerts and says, you get them. So I'm aware of everyone who dies almost immediately when we all find out, because my TMZ is my mom.
I can't wait for you to break the news to my wife that I die one day.
He died doing what he loved, talking about stupid shit on the internet. And that's really all he wanted for his legacy is that. One day, whenever the internet is almost down, whenever Starlink is the entire internet, someone will find our website and our podcast and be like, wow, this was fucking dumb. And be like, yeah, yeah.
You think we're gonna Van Gogh it? You think we're gonna, when we both die, our art will take off?
So there's part of me, like, obviously we both want this to succeed and make this into something bigger. And like, I have ideas how to do that actually. And I think there's one thing I've done I think will help. But there is a part of me it's way funnier if we like go on to our lives and like have kids and go into like real careers, like further ourselves in our real careers. And then in 2050, someone just messages the Moonstamp Cast, like somehow comments on YouTube, and I get the notification after all this. Yeah, it's like, damn, this is really funny, guys. And it's like, and then it gets really big, and then everyone's like, wow, look at these two unks from back in the day. And, you know, we're what? If it was 2050, we're 56 years old, almost to retirement. The Pit had a scene where a woman about 55 referred to her son as possibly committing elder abuse against her, which I told my mom, and she did not like that very much. But I really do hope, like, either we make it big or one day it just makes it big accidentally. People are like, these guys, the shotgun, yes, that is a funny clip right there. The sword, the whatever from back in the last year. So I don't know. It's whatever fate gives me.
All right. Well, that was us talking about Lou Holtz. I don't really have anything else to say. I was not alive during his era. I thank you for all his service. Thank you for the loyalty to Notre Dame. But I should start recording on my phone, stick it in my pocket, and go talk to my dad during golf tomorrow, being like, "Hey, Lou Holtz died."
Well, I was gonna say I know him more as the ESPN guy than I know him as the coach at this point.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know him as a coach at all. So I mean. Sad, I think. Like, you know, this is not to say.
Yeah, he was the last media personality to bully Ryan Day. It's huge. It's a huge loss for the society.
Oh, that's actually a huge loss. He went out the way he loved, hopefully, making fun of Ryan Day, as all Big Ten and some SEC fans like. And other conferences don't seem to matter that much when it comes to Big Ten hate. So, you know, I sit from my Big 12 window waving. And be like,
It is kind of crazy that the Big Ten and the SEC just fucking despise each other, and the Big 12 and ACC are like, ooh, butterfly.
Yeah, well, the ACC barely existed. Miami's the only thing keeping it alive at this point. And also Duke and North Carolina, but that's
should be okay in the future.
He's
gonna crack, and he's gonna start using NIL because he's gonna realize there's no way to not.
See, you think Dabo one time is gonna crack and use NIL? And I think Dabo is either going to jump ship or he is going to create some sort of cult within Clemson, and that's his only hope to get players. Because at this point, like, they're creating tax laws in Mississippi for NIL athletes and say like, you don't have to pay taxes on that money, which is
oh my God.
insane. And I think like the thing with Dabo, and this is, I don't like Dabo. I find him incredibly annoying. I find the whole running thing he does incredibly annoying.
That's the worst.
I find him to think he's the star of the show. I think he is a hardliner enough to where in 3 years he says, you know what? Can't do this anymore. I don't think he's going to crack. And I kind of fucking respect it if he doesn't crack. If he does crack, I'm like, yeah, of course, it's Dabo. He has no morals. If he doesn't, I'm like, yeah, okay, good for him. One thing.
Yeah, I agree. I respect it if he drew the line in the sand and he steps on his side and he says, I'm not going to the other side. At the same time, this is just like many things in life. This is adapt or die. And you're in hospice right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because the recruiting classes are down. Obviously, at Clemson. But, I don't know, he's still a phenomenal coach. That doesn't get taken away from him. It's just, I mean, and does he have to really be that good to win the ACC when all he has to do is kind of beat Miami? Which is, by the way, Miami's on the rise.
Well, Miami or maybe Duke, almost our conference champions Duke. So, you know, maybe they're on the rise too. But, yeah, no, like I don't know what to think about Clemson right now. And I think Clemson is like, it's like AI where every time something comes out, I go like, we're going to have to see how this works. And I think Clemson is a case study. Like everyone else is using AI and you have Clemson's like, I actually refuse. I'm actually going to a typewriter. I'm going backwards. I'm going backwards. And so I am interested to see, Clemson is a wonderful case study. And like, can you get away with not choosing NIL and hoping that the prestige of your university in athletics and the traditions you have. The thing, with that said, they named themselves Death Valley. I do not associate them with Death Valley in any capacity. I don't know which one came first, but I think LSU. And so I wonder, I don't think they had the Notre Dame tradition to be like, hey, come to our school. You may not get as much NIL money, but you're going to be playing at Notre Dame.
Well, we have.
Oh yeah. That's the thing. Like I was like, what's a prestigious school? I'm like, well, Notre Dame. And I'm like, well, also they have a Supreme Court justice, so I'm not really sure that counts. But like, you know, you think of like I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a school that doesn't, like in Alabama, like it doesn't have as much NIL as like say someone else. Like this, it doesn't seem to have Ohio State.
Indiana is probably the answer. They just won the Natty.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the tradition. What I'm saying is like, it's a school that does not have as much money, but it's prestigious to play for it still. And I think that's maybe the line that Clemson needs to cross but again, Clemson doesn't feel like a traditional school, if that makes sense. Like they have the Rock, they have the dumb fucking bus thing, and they named it Death Valley, which again, I don't know which one came first, but there's one I associate with it more. So how do you get people to come to university? Can the prestige of Clemson, which I don't think is as prestigious as like everyone else, like is even like a Duke, like, well, at least, you know, you go to Duke and you get, maybe don't have as much NIL, but you get a great education. You're going to have a great job.
Connections ever, by the way.
Yeah.
I'd put it on par, not as big because they don't have the numbers, but I'd put it on par as in power as the Aggie connection. The Aggie connection, if you go to A&M, you're going to get a job. No problem. The
thing is, and I've discussed this before, you will get a job in Texas. I think now, of course, if you go elsewhere and there's an Aggie, yes, you have a grade, but like how many Aggies are elsewhere? Whereas Duke, I think you can find Duke alum all around the nation. But I agree with you in the spirit where the Aggie ring gets you all sorts of connections. So does the Duke connection. So with all that said, fuck Dabo.
Yeah, cool. And that was college football.
That's college football. I have a few.
Unless you have something else.
No, I don't have college football notes, but I do have football notes.
Okay.
One is that I saw a report that the 49ers are shopping Mac Jones around. They want a first round pick. And I saw Miami is interested.
That's so funny.
Okay.
That is so funny if he goes to Miami.
It's going to be so funny. Because
they love Alabama quarterbacks, apparently.
Oh, I was going to say, how many successive Alabama quarterbacks do you think you can get that everyone has had high hopes for, and then not as good as? Now, again, we are on record saying we are not done with Mac Jones. We believe in Mac Jones still. I don't hate it, Brian. I don't hate it.
Jalen Hurts.
Well, I was thinking, would Jalen Hurts ever go to Miami? And then I had to think, well, will the Eagles ever let Jalen Hurts go? And probably someday they will. Like they will have to. But at the same time, will it be like a, hey, here's your retirement ceremony, see you in Canton? Or is it a, hey, thanks for your service, but we got someone else in the pipe?
No, I was just naming an Alabama quarterback that's been a success. That had expectations. Everyone else, no. AJ McCarron, no. Mac Jones so far, no. Tua has been the most concussed man to ever exist.
Like, Tua doesn't know where he is half the time, so let the man rest at this point. Let him enjoy his family while he remembers his family.
First round pick is crazy, though. First round pick is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy from like. Here's my thing. I think Sam Darnold has inflated the market.
Oh yeah,
I think
everyone's looking for the new Sam Darnold.
And Sam Darnold in itself is, I can't get my hair right, but Sam Darnold himself is he's a microcosm of a really great circumstantial run.
He's a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback. But if he had gone to like the Panthers, and this is like,
he did go to the Panthers.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I just fucked that one up. If he had gone to like, I don't know, the Browns, it would be a different world. Like, and yes, is what I'm saying is like,
he's not good enough to carry a team, but he's good enough to not lose. I mean, look at that. Yeah. Last year, he led the Vikings to the number 1 overall seed in the NFC. Maybe that might be wrong, but he won the NFC North, and then they made the playoffs after a dominant season, and then the wheels fell off. Guess what? There can only be one winner in the end. The Vikings said, "You're the problem. We're going to stick with 9. This is the best move we could ever make." And he was like, okay, I guess I'll go to the Seahawks. And then he wins the Super Bowl after being the most dominant team in the playoffs, bar none.
Yeah, I get it. But I think everyone and their mother, it's like how everyone gets on trends on TikTok. And this is not, it's how I think we see this a lot of time where like every GM at some point will look around and be like, hey, this works for X. Mm-hmm. This worked for the Patriots. Like everyone and their mother's like, what have we got?
We're the poster child of it worked for the Patriots. We're going to do this way too. And it didn't fucking work.
Well, that's because, and we can talk about Nick Caserio in a second. When, David Montgomery, but Nick Caserio has this idea that he can recreate the Patriots in the aggregate, by just getting as many former Patriots personnel on the team. And I think at this point, it's become clear that I don't think the Bill Belichick tree exists in any capacity at this point.
Well, do you consider Vrabel?
Vrabel, I don't know if I consider Vrabel. What if Vrabel did he ever work under Belichick other than play under Belichick?
Played.
I don't know. I don't think that really counts. So I was trying to think there's coaching history. I can't think of a time he played or coached for the Patriots under Belichick. I think to be part of a tree, you have to have coached under in some capacity and not played under. And I don't think Vrabel falls under the Belichick tree. Like the poster child for failing upwards from being part of the Belichick tree, in my opinion, is Bill O'Brien. I see him all the goddamn time. He never goes away. And part of me says he's gotten so many chances based on the fact that he was in New England at one point in his life. And so I don't know, but I don't think the Belichick tree really exists at this point. And maybe I'm missing.
No, he never did anything like that.
Yeah. And I don't think, I can't think of like one coach. Someone's going to come out and say, you're stupid and show me someone. I can't think of like one coach that has come out and been incredibly successful outside of the Patriots and who coach under Belichick. So, and I don't think really
God, who's the coordinator? He went to Detroit.
Oh,
Choose on pencils.
it's not McDonald. It's hold on. Let me do this. NFL coach choose. This is great podcasting, by the way. Good for us. Are you thinking of Danny Smith, special teams coordinator?
No.
Large amounts of gum. Well, that didn't help.
Head coaches. List of Detroit Lions head coaches.
I'm going to do Lions
Matt Patricia.
head. Oh, I don't think. Do we count Matt Patricia?
He only was there for 3 years, and it wasn't very successful. That was his best shot at having a tree.
Yeah. Matt Patricia, I can't think of a single person from history who has succeeded. So all that to say, I don't remember what I was saying at all. Something about Mac Jones. Again, Mac Jones, very funny.
Garofalo. Speaking of Garofalo, apparently said the Jets among teams doing work on Tua Tagovailoa. So,
hasn't Tua been through enough? Do we really want him to go to the Jets now? Again, I made the joke earlier. Let the man enjoy his family while he remembers them. Do you
know the Breece Hall quote?
What was the Breece Hall quote?
Teams shoot themselves in the foot, then we come back and we shoot ourselves in the head.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Here's the thing, and I ask this somewhat seriously. Do you as a GM take a shot on Tua? Because it's not like a Aaron Rodgers situation where it's like, well, he's older and he's had injuries. He'll get over his injuries. He had an ACL tear. Like you look at like other quarterbacks who have had injuries, who have come back and they've made it. Again, they can still be good quarterbacks, but it's like muscle injuries, tendon injuries. Do you take a shot on Tua, who, and people will say maybe say I'm making a joke. I'm not making a joke. He could die on the field, it feels like. And that's like me. That's not me joking. That's me saying like, I've watched the man do that thing. I was heavily uncomfortable watching that.
It was literally, it was so weird that there wasn't blood, there wasn't bone sticking out, but the fact that this is one of the most like, I can't do it, but this was one of the most like cryptic things I'd ever seen on a football field, legitimately haunting.
And so the question I have is, does a GM take a chance on that?
I wouldn't.
But I'm also, and I'm not an NFL GM, but sometimes I feel like I'm smarter than them just based on basic decisions. I don't know. I don't think you can, like, not only like from maybe a moral standpoint, like an ethical standpoint, like I can make this man put himself in danger more, but even from a like on field standpoint, it's like, well, he's one bad hit away from being out. So who's my backup quarterback? Why am I paying all this money for a starting quarterback when I don't even know if like just falling will hurt him? And again, this is not a joke. This is like actual concern I feel for Tua Tagovailoa.
You're the Jets. You're the Jets.
Mm-hmm. So I'm stupid.
You have a first round pick that you've decided that you were giving up a first round pick for a quarterback. You going Mac Jones? You going to like a little
Mac Jones every time. I feel like Mac Jones' ceiling is way higher.
I don't think it's a ceiling thing. I think it's purely injury.
Also, I mean, just from like basic, do you want your player to get hurt? I don't know how many. I mean, I imagine Tua's had more concussions that we had not seen, and not just in the NFL. Through youth football, high school football, college football. I imagine there's stuff going on behind the scenes, but we've seen pretty prominent injuries from Tua. And so you have to ask yourself, even if you are desperate for a quarterback, is Tua worth it? And I would say like, no, Tua is not worth it. And no matter how much no matter how much you're a part of Tuanon and believe that he can be a good quarterback, at some point it becomes like a purely ethical thing where you can't let this guy go on the field and maybe accidentally get killed.
Trying to look up. So he's played 78 games.
Yeah.
How many games has Tua missed in his career?
Well, he has 4 documented concussions in his professional collegiate career.
6 seasons.
Okay, I wanted
Played for
Alabama.
6 seasons, and
So he's.
I can't find. They're just not giving me a. There's no like he's missed this many games stat.
Yeah, Google sucks. By the way, Google fucking sucks.
No, I'm
these
on.
days.
I'm on StatMuse.
Oh, okay. StatMuse sometimes is great. But for documented concussions, and that was in 2024. Oh, has he had 2 concussions in September 2024?
I think why doesn't this exist? At the end of the 2024 regular season, Tua Tagovailoa has approximately missed 14 to 16 or 14 to 20. Why won't you just know the number?
Maybe they're counting like half games or something like that.
Okay, so let's just say 16. How many games did Tua play last year? Played 14, so that's another 3. So
Okay.
call it 19. Call it 20. Call it 20 games.
Call it 20. Yeah.
In 6 years.
6 years.
He's missed a season plus.
And I mean, he's had, I feel like since September 2024, he's had like 2 concussions. And
I think so.
that means, and documented, not just has had, documented, he's had 6 concussions since 2019. And I feel like after 2, that's when they start cutting you off from activities. Huh?
Yeah, like, hey man, you're gonna die.
Yeah, because I remember like before you're told to quit. Because I remember like in high school seeing guys get concussions and basically being told like you shouldn't.
Like you should stop. I mean, also your brain's developing, I guess.
Yeah.
Still, it's a little different, but not much.
Yeah, it's something like, I mean, it's apparently there's no, which on average participants reported they retire from the sport after 3 to 4 concussions. I don't know. This all to say, don't take a chance on Tua, just for Tua's own sake. Tua is not going to save himself. So all that. Okay. I have one more note on the NFL, which is the Cardinals are set to release or have released Kyler Murray.
Okay. So if you're the Jets, are you signing Kyler Murray? Or are you trading for Mac Jones? Or are you trading for Tua? Or are you going to wait in the draft? Because I don't think they should draft a quarterback this year because they'll just get murdered. So
the quarterback class this year is pretty abysmal.
Except for Fernando.
I still think he has issues that will be, again, that's why I don't want him to go to the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders are going to help save him. But yeah, if you're the Jets, like, again, I feel like it's like 1-2. This is how close they are in terms of how far they are from number 3, which is Tua, which is at the bottom. I mean, maybe I'm influenced by this. That, again, I still believe in Mac Jones. I'd pick Mac Jones, I think, over Kyler Murray at this point. Now the question is like, do you believe Kyler Murray has what it takes to lead a team to a championship?
No.
Yeah,
I think I'm Mac Jones as well.
I think as much as I love the idea of Kyler Murray, I think the Kyler Murray experiment has come to an end. He will go somewhere to be maybe a starter this season and then be a backup from then on. And that is his natural place at this point. I would say the Cardinals weren't the perfect team over the past 8 years, but it was more than enough time for him to show. And like, he had those brilliant moments, but there's never a point in any season where I'm like, I need to watch the Cardinals game because Kyler Murray is going to lead this team to destiny. It's destiny. And I think that is just his natural place. And he has set back small quarterbacks many years, but maybe Jerry Jones will do a hand test again and I don't know, help someone out. But I don't think there's a world where Kyler Murray leads a team successfully. He's no Sam Darnold.
You're the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray, Mac Jones, Tua, or do you bring back Aaron Rodgers? Because I think I'd rather bring back Aaron Rodgers than those 3. And that's not good.
Yeah, you say that. I was listening to that list. I'm like, there's only one guy down that's on the list who makes, some sense, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers reunited with Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I need that. Oh
Yeah.
I need that.
And
That would be so much fun to watch as a not Steelers fan.
Just knowing the AFC North, I don't think Kyler makes it through the AFC North. I don't think Tua makes it through a football season, and I don't think Mac Jones can handle the AFC North. And that's just historically speaking. I mean, the Ravens, no one's defense is what it used to be in the AFC North. It feels like.
Could you imagine though if you were Tua and for some reason the Dolphins and Bengals decided to trade Tua for Joe Burrow, and so you're Tua and you have to go against the Ravens defense twice a year, you have to go against the Steelers defense twice a year, and you have to go against the Browns defense twice a year? That would be literally sending him on a death march.
That's when someone says, "Hey Tua, ESPN has a place for you." Hey Tua, have you ever thought about commentating on random games on Saturday at noon against two teams you've never heard of, two FCS teams? Because there's no world where Tua goes into the AFC North. And again, this is not the AFC North of like the path, like the 2000s, where it's like, oh, they will kill you. And like, that's not a joke. They're going to kill you. Either during or after the game, they will kill you. There's no world where I look at either of them and say, oh, yeah, Tua, you're going to do well in that conference or that conference, that division. Gosh, poor Tua. That's all I've gotten out of our conversation is poor Tua. No one can stop. No one should stop. I don't know. I'm just worried about him and his safety at this point. Like at this point, I feel like maternal instincts over him where I'm like, no, you should go help yourself. I don't know. I worry. With that said, Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy, one more Aaron Rodgers friend. It's all you need.
Please. I have two football notes.
Okay.
Real quick, both involve the Texans. David Montgomery is a Texan now. Our obsession with older running back.
Cool. Back.
I hit the power strip.
Oh,
with my toe.
Oh, no.
I hit the power strip with my toe.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, I kept recording.
That's fine. And it's all staying in.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's all staying. I don't fucking care. I don't have the time to do it tonight. Yeah, that's fine. All right. So
Okay.
let's I'm not cutting it. David Montgomery is a Texan again. Or Texan again, Jesus Christ, Brian. He is a Texan. We love old running backs. This is the nail in Joe Mixon's coffin with our team because we have him under contract this year.
No.
The fucking what's his name? Home Improvement.
Oh, Tim Allen. You got the Tim Allen voice going on. Yeah. I don't know what to think of this, Brian. Last week we had talked about what does the Texans' offense look like going forward. We have questions about CJ Stroud. This is his last year to really prove himself. Don't give him that contract right now. He needs a good running core around him because I don't know if he can always make the right decisions. If you want Texans to go far, even if CJ Stroud is maybe not the quarterback you need, what you need is a good running core around him, especially because you will have a stronger receiving core this year after you have people coming back from injury.
How many running backs do you think we have under contract right now?
Do we have 4 under contract right now?
7.
We have 7. Okay, so I'm
Nick
so
Chubb,
off.
Hunter Marks, Joe Mixon, David Montgomery, Jawar Jordan, Dare Ugalagwe, and British Brooks. Now, technically, the new season hasn't happened yet, so the books might get cleared after that.
Yeah,
but 7 running backs.
So remember how we talked about one more Aaron Rodgers friend, Brian? One more running back. One more running back. Well, that's not great. I'm gonna be honest. That's not great, especially for what we gave up, which were all those picks for. No offense to David Montgomery, but I don't really want I almost called him an elderly running back. Sorry, an older running back. Especially because, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm tired of. I feel like every time the Texans get like a forward progress, like in any capacity, I felt like this offseason was gonna be like, okay, we see kind of the institutional problems. Let's institute some changes, get some offensive linemen in there.
Okay.
Okay.
I got some good news. We gave up Juice and we gave up Titus Howard. So that's 2 offensive linemen gone, which means they are overhauling this thing. They are either going to use draft capital or they are going in on free agency. Good.
I need to check the offensive lineman coming in from this year's class. There's that Utah guy.
A good stack, and there's several fast boys. There were several offensive linemen that were running close to sub 4.9s.
Okay, I like that.
The big boy moving.
Big boy moving. I will always say I don't give a shit about the combine in any capacity whatsoever. Maybe I don't know if that's unk stat. I don't know what status. Maybe that's contrarian status. Maybe I'm just contrarian. But I like to hear that. There's that guy from Utah whose name I cannot remember for the life of me off the top of my head, who I was like tank for him. And that was the middle of the season before Davis Mills set us straight. At this point, fuck it. Just let Davis Mills be quarterback. Just let him be a quarterback. Let him be running back even, because he's proven that he can do well. He can run. I don't know, Brian. Maybe I'm doom scrolling in my mind about next year's games already, but I don't feel particularly confident in the Texans' backfield at the moment. Now, can I be proven wrong? Of course I can. I've been proven wrong many times. I was proven wrong in the middle of the season by the Texans. I was not proven wrong at the end of the season, but I was proven wrong in the middle of the season. So I don't know. The only thought I really have is like, I just hope there's a bigger plan involved. I'm trusting the Caserio plan. I don't know what more to say than that. That's my entire hope. That Caserio has a plan that I'm not privy to. It's like Star Wars: The Last Jedi. The purple-haired Caserio is going to do some hyperdrive shit.
Dude, honestly, that fucking scene ruled.
Okay. I think
it was awesome, where she was like, oh, by the way, let's weaponize this.
See, the problem is, my question, then this is the question I had even while watching it, was like, why don't ever do that before? And like, either in the world of the Jedi or the world of the Star Wars, suicide is so frowned upon, no one chooses to do it ever.
I think it's a war crime. That's probably why.
There's no such thing as a war crime, Brian. There's winners and losers, and war crimes are determined by the winners.
You know what? They built a Death Star to blow up entire fucking planets. I don't think a war crime would be using your. Yeah.
I think in the Star Wars universe, war crimes don't exist. It's just whoever wins the most. I don't. Can you have war crimes when
how you have talk down about a series that has such amazing writing? Like somehow Palpatine has returned.
I do love saying that about whenever.
The shittiest, maybe the shittiest thing ever written. That line.
Here's the thing. They did it before ChatGPT, and you have to really hand it to them there. They were doing that the old-fashioned way. They weren't doing, AI trying to be like, oh, let's write a movie.
I don't think ChatGPT would have done that.
I don't know. Every time I've ever used ChatGPT,
at least ChatGPT would have come up with, or tried to come up with a bullshit explanation, not somehow.
Yeah, that's true. And that's the thing. They did it beforehand. It was just, they're writing like shit for the love of the game. And I really appreciate that. That's like a real stance right there.
I really appreciate the sequels because they make me feel better about liking the prequels.
Here's the thing. I need to go back and watch the sequels because Rian Johnson's new Knives Out, and I think Knives Out are like good movies. But this halfway through, it's like, here's a philosophical question about the religion and faith and what it means to be human and have faith. It's like, well, this is actually one of the most amazing movies I've ever seen because I think it's actually a really well done movie and it portrays Christianity in a way that I think is like an actually good way to portray it and have those questions. And then I'm like, well, that's not good because Rian Johnson made it. And I don't like Rian Johnson because I think he is about 20% less smart than he thinks he is. And that really annoys me.
Rian Johnson, which one did he direct?
She directed The Last Jedi.
Okay, it's the one I like the most, to be honest.
Yeah, okay.
Which gets me a lot of hate because people are like, The Force Awakens is so good. I'm like, that's New Hope. That is New Hope.
Oh, no.
They took the thing you like, and then they just put a little pretty thing on it, and then they made it new with new people and new faces and new effects. It's the same movie, which is not a bad thing. New Hope is phenomenal.
See, I think it's
new.
I think it's a bad thing. I think J.J. Abrams is responsible for Gracie Abrams. Which
it's not a bad movie. It is objectively a good movie.
I have to go back.
The same thing.
I have to go back and watch it. I have to go back and watch it. It probably is a fine movie. But I remember walking out of the theater when I saw it, I was like, oh, I kind of expected more. Like,
this is a take show, right?
Yeah, this is a take show. Yeah.
I grew up on Star Wars. I like Star Wars a lot. 1 through 6. Know it pretty damn well. Not fucking lore book nerd level. Just like I've seen the movies. I know them pretty well. Anything you reference, I should understand it. I think there's only one great Star Wars movie. I think the others are good, and I think that is Empire Strikes Back.
I think that's everyone's pick. That
is the best one. Everyone's pick. Yeah. I think all the other movies are at best good.
Can I say something? And we start off the show talking about the Iran War. And you don't have no clue where I'm going to go with this. Because I was a nerdy fucking kid who really loved politics and learning about politics.
I bet you fucking sucked episode 1's giant
dude, I loved the politics in Star Wars, the prequels. I was like, this shit rocks. We have a galactic senate here. We're having like a backroom deals. Separatists. We had like
I just made the connection what that actually means.
Yeah. Like looking back, I was like the one kid in America, and there were like probably like 5 of me in America who, one, were interested in Star Wars, and 2, were interested in politics and like a larger, just outside of like who's the president. And so like I really like looking back, I was like, I think I had this revelation like maybe a week and a half ago. I was like, I think I really like the prequels, not because the prequels were great movies, because it was like space politics, and that was right up my alley as a kid. So for anyone else there right there who was a nerdy 9-year-old as being like, Dad, what was it like growing up during Ronald Reagan's era? I want to know more about it. And my dad's like, I don't know. I was 10. I had other things to do, like not.
And when your future child asks you what was it like growing up in the George W. Bush era, you're going to be like, sit down.
Sit down. We gotta watch this drive.
We gotta talk about my favorite incompetent should have been the I almost said director of baseball, commissioner of baseball.
Well, he wasn't commissioner of baseball.
Should have been.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
That's all he wanted. Bro just likes ball, man.
No. Like, if there's one person, you're like, who do you want to sit down and talk ball with? It's not Obama, because sometimes
it depends on the ball.
Well, sometimes I see his bracket and I go, okay, I see how many games you watched this year. But
I'd still take him for college basketball over Bush.
Well, only because I feel like Bush would have insane takes. He'd be like, yeah, Texas A&M is probably going to win the SEC this year. Like, I don't know, George. I don't think that's right. I think they have a good shot to do well, but like, I don't think Bucky Ball's going to allow them to win the SEC. He's like, no, they're going to win the SEC this year. It's like, what do you think that? He's like, I just know. I once met Putin. Goes on like a long ass story about meeting Putin, how that connects to Bucky Ball. With all that said, I'll be like, I remember things about politics. I remember Obama winning, which I think we all do, but like, I remember that stuff, and it was like a very different way than just being like, I don't know. I remember like all this to say, I loved the prequels because of the space politics. And I think I was like one of 3 children in America who was like, yes.
Oh, it was a big Naboo, Tatooine, fast forward through Coruscant, Naboo again.
Okay. I loved Coruscant.
That's where the politics were.
And like, I loved the Jedi politics as well. Like the internal, like who's a master, who's not. Like,
Jesus, you had the whole thing. You had a galactic senate. You had a very powerful religious order.
I know
that had its own internal politics.
Yeah,
you had planet side politics at the Queen Amidala, and then you had the trade. You were just one fuck. Your dick was hard, and you didn't even know it,
dude. I couldn't even get that. The blood didn't even go down there yet, and I was excited. It was all in the brain, baby. But yeah, so all that to say, Star Wars was great for me. Pivot real quickly. I have 2 more points. One about baseball. Actually, 3 more points, but one's Pokemon, and we can just kind of knock that one out.
We're talking about that one.
Okay. World Baseball Classic starts, yesterday night now. And
tonight,
what do you say?
Tonight then.
Tonight. Wednesday night. And so I have no clue because I need to look it up, but because it starts March. No, actually, maybe it doesn't start tonight. I don't know when it starts. All that to say, there is a chance, because Canada is in Pool A, and the U.S. is in Pool B. And Pool B, the winner faces the runner-up of Group A, or Pool A. Now, looking at who's in Pool A, can Canada...
Oh my God!
What?
Who's CZE?
Czech Republic?
Czech Republic plays Korea tomorrow morning, as in Thursday morning, at 4 a.m. Central.
Yeah,
and then the next game is Australia versus the Czech Republic at 10 p.m. That's at 9 p.m. Central. So if you wake up at 4 a.m. to watch this game, you could watch the same team play again if you stay up till 9 p.m.
That's actually kind of awesome. I think they're in Tokyo. Yeah, they're in Tokyo. Which, like, looking at the schedule, why
Fox has all of this. Fox,
yeah.
So Fox is your go-to.
Yeah.
We play Brazil on Friday at 7.
Fox. I was gonna say, why is it that you have San Juan, which I believe is Eastern time, Houston Central time, Miami Eastern time, and then you have Tokyo. And it seems like
second biggest baseball country in the world.
No, I get.
Whoa, Brian, reel that back in. Latin America, brother.
Yeah,
Costa Rica. Well, Puerto Rico's.
I don't.
Yes.
How's? But no, I think even in those countries,
Venezuela, they've got their own problems.
Here's the. I was gonna say. You mean our vassal state?
Yeah, I guess they're kind of us too now, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say. But I feel like I was going to say Japan, their number one sport is baseball. And I don't know if I can say the same about maybe Venezuela. I can say that with
number one sport.
And I don't think you can say that with any. So I'm looking through like the Latin American countries, like maybe Puerto Rico.
Baseball. Yeah, you're sure right.
Yeah. They have their high school national championship is bigger than, almost, proportionally view wise is as big as like the college football national championship. So I don't believe
Dominican Republic, Cuba, Venezuela, South Korea, Taiwan, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico are all considered the higher echelons. Now, I would say I would say soccer's bigger in Latin America than baseball is.
Yeah. And that's just purely based on what got there first. And what's like bigger. And I don't know if MLB.
Shout out Korea, though. Shout out Korea. During those COVID times, they got me with those KB Wiz or whatever they were called, man. That was my squad.
I think I had the Kiwoon Heroes on my side. All to say this, Brian. There's a chance
my bad.
There's a chance that a USA and USA and Canada play in the quarterfinals. And the reason I find that so funny is because we have another chance to beat them in another sport. Now, do they care as much about this sport? Not really. But I really like the idea of just it's still funny. And like they're gonna be like, doesn't matter to us, it's baseball. It's like, listen, you lost in hockey. What's your second sport? I don't.
Yeah, actually, Canada's actually not in a bad position because if they somehow beat us, they could be like, "You took our sport, bitch. We took yours."
Yeah, I just don't believe.
I don't think they will.
I think if that happens, and I say this with people on the team who I enjoy, some of those people need to be executed, and I mean that. Like, you don't lose to Canada in baseball.
I don't think you have an Astro on the American team.
I do not believe so. Because Altuve and Correa aren't playing for their respective nations. Which Venezuela or Puerto Rico. The whole situation with the insurance is kind of insane. I don't know. The insurance situation
is playing for Dominican Republic, and Zach D'Anenzo is playing for Italy, and Shea Whitcomb is playing for Korea.
Yeah,
Shea Whitcomb's from Korea.
He might maybe
sure is
Korean. Oh, is he from Korea?
Uh-huh.
Does he have Korean parentage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you have parentage, that's why Zach can play for Italy.
Yeah. All that to say, World Baseball Classic is going to be fun. Hopefully, we get to be Canada, just because I enjoy doing that. It's become a fun pastime I like to think about. Second to last thing, the Democrats are never going to win the congressional baseball game ever again, or softball game ever again.
Yep.
Mark Teixeira, well-known major league player who played for both the Rangers, sadly, and the Yankees, also sadly, won his Republican primary, I think, in Fort Worth. And again, not to bring up the Scalabrini quote, but he's closer to, Derek Jeter than you are to him. I don't know if that's great because
Mike Trout.
He's closer to Mike Trout than you are to him. Now, do I think a hitter matters as much maybe in the congressional softball game as the pitcher? No, but you imagine he's going to get 5 dingers in a row. There's no world where he doesn't hit a home run.
Just get on.
No, I think if you're Mark Teixeira, there's no world where you go I'm going to swing for the fences. He's not playing like small ball.
No, I'm saying he's telling the rest of everyone else, get on base in front of me.
Yeah, just get on.
You will score.
Yeah. I think the Democrats had a time when they won a few times in a row because they had a college pitcher as their pitcher. And so he's able to just go the full 9 innings and have no issues. But imagine Mark Teixeira. He just goes up there. And it's you've heard of easy out. Imagine just easy home run. There's no way you pitch that guy unless is there a world and I don't know if they can intentionally walk. That'd be
okay. I can't intentionally walk. I'm going to walk you.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk you.
Well, here's the question, Brian. And I don't think America really cares about the congressional softball game for a multitude of reasons. I just hear after it happens, and the Republicans seem to win these days. If you're a Democrat, do you say, let's just run a guy somewhere, and hope, I can't think of any left-leaning MLB pitchers, which I think that's kind of just hard to find in general. But do you run a left-leaning MLB pitcher for a nowhere congressional seat and be like, listen, Mark Teixeira versus this guy, and that's your only hope to beat Mark Teixeira? They have to Scalabrini it basically and just find another guy who's closer to Mark Teixeira than we are to him or something like that.
I think there should be congressional Olympics.
I think so. I love that idea.
And you can only compete in one event. You get to choose your event that you compete in, and that's it.
I actually think it'd be funnier if you had the leaders of the party choose but also you have to take the average age of Congress into consideration. The average age of your team has to be the average age of Congress. So you can't be like, hey, AOC, you're younger. Let's put you in. You're like, Nancy Pelosi has to be at some point in this game. She can be the investor games. See how well she can do there.
Swimming. She'll float with them things.
Nancy Pelosi young picture. Gronk, show me Nancy Pelosi young pictures.
My favorite thing that Big Cat does is a power rankings after every week of tier list on every week of NFL, and he always has cannons, and it's always whatever titty story is going on, whoever has really big arms, Josh Allen, Burrow, cannons, and then under that is a category called retired cannons, and it's Nancy Pelosi in a bathing suit.
Grok, show me Nancy Pelosi dressed as a cow, and show me Nancy Pelosi in a bikini, Grok. But yeah,
Hugh cow, is that what the phrase?
Hugh cow. I know.
If I got this right, I need to stay off the internet for a while.
Hugh cow. I haven't even heard this thing, and I'm a little worried for you.
I think it's Hugh cow or something. It's basically just. Oh, okay. It's worse than I thought. Okay. I thought it was just where you like it when girls wear bikinis that are cow print. The human cow or Hugh cow is a BDMS subculture where people role play as dairy cows. So it's not just wear a fucking cow print bikini. It's you're a cow now and I'm gonna milk you. Don't isolate that audio.
Bitch, I'm a cow moo by Doja Cat.
Is that okay?
Yes. Okay, Brian, we've made it through that.
No,
I want to talk about one last thing, which is Pokemon Wind and Waves announced. And I said to you, I only have a Switch because someone gave me a Switch. And I don't plan on purchasing a Switch 2 for any other reason other than to play this game. Okay, good. And I have a question for you. Have you chosen your starter yet?
Yep.
Okay. Who is your starter?
Rock.
Yeah, here's the thing. I was a Pombon fan for a second there. I was like,
Everyone's a Ponbon fan. It's a cute dog.
It's
But guess what? They're going to do what they do with
they're
all
gonna
the
bipedal that shit.
Yeah, they're going to bipedal. It's going to be furry bait. It's
Well,
the
that's-
same shit. No one learned. No one learned from Litten. No one learned from Masquerada. No one. The last four-legged one that I remember not being a bipedal is the dumbass crocodile from the last one, and it was sweet. He had no thoughts in that brain. It was just flat alligator that was on fire. It was awesome. But no, everything else has to be furry bait, and it pisses me off.
Every starter generation since like Gen 5. Here's the thing also. I am Unk, and I know this, and I'm not proud of it, as I hurtle towards my death at 30. I still think of Gen 5 as the new generation. And I know
That's
I'm
the
wrong.
cutoff?
Well, yeah, it's like Gen 5. I'm like, yeah, Gen 4, Gen 5, they're the newer generations. And I go, oh,
I have
that's
a different cutoff.
okay. Oh, what's your cutoff?
It's Gen 6 because that is when they stopped doing sprites and started doing 3D models, which I think are infinitely worse. Oh, no, they're not. They look cooler because now they're in 3D. It's like the real Poke. No, go look at Fraligator's sprite, then go look at his 3D model and tell me that's better. Go look at Tyranitar's sprite, and then go look at his 3D model and you tell me that's better. Go fuck yourself. You're wrong.
Can I say something? And again, I've given up. I was kind of a gamer back in the day. I feel like I'm not a gamer anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
done.
Hey, what happened to the Persona thing? What happened?
I just don't have time to sit down and play it for like
Figure
a
it
long
out.
time in a row. I just don't have time. I'm a fucking adult.
Figure it
I also
I was
like
working at Methodist, dude, and I found time to fucking stream and game shit, brother. In fact, now that I've had more time to do shit, I've done less.
well, see, like now I've got to the age where I'm like, I should read. I need to keep my mind active.
You changed, bro.
I know.
You fucking
This,
changed.
I know. I changed. But that's
Maybe
it.
it's because I read enough for school, so that I'm just like, fuck that. I need dumb time.
Yeah, I like my rectangle time too. I call this rectangle time.
That's fair. I'm trying so hard. This is a whole nother conversation for another time, but I'm trying too hard to still have a good amount of electronic time, but not so much this time.
Yeah,
Because I'll catch myself playing a video game. Last thing I promise, I'll catch myself playing a video game, and then it's like a loading screen. I'll pick up my phone, and then 10 minutes have gone by, and I'm like, oh fuck.
yeah.
And it's-
It's the same with me in work. So I'm gonna be like, what's going on here? Especially with Pokemon Go. To bring us back to Pokemon, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go lately.
Shout out. Once I upgrade my phone, I'm gonna re-download it.
My girlfriend
That's
rediscovered Pokemon Go, so we've been going on
Great.
walks to play Pokemon Go, which like is annoying because like we have dogs, and the dogs probably need to go on walks too with us. But we're like, no, we'll take them later. They get to go on their own separate walk where we don't.
We
play
have to
Pokemon
go
Go.
on our. We have to take care of our fake animals before we can take care of our real.
Yes, we go on our, when we go on, we call it the adult walk. There's probably a better name for that.
Dude,
with that-
we got to have a Pokemon Central episode. And,
Yeah.
like just debating different Pokemon and what we like in
Okay.
in the summer.
Okay,
Maybe that's what we do. Maybe during the summer we'll do like 20 minutes of whatever sports news, and then it's 20 minutes of a topic of just like, hey, this is your broad top movies,
yeah.
rap, video games, like whatever the fuck.
Okay.
Pokemon is one of them.
Okay, I like that. I think it's a great plan. Last thing, Brout. I've chosen Brout as mine as well. I don't know what it is. I never really liked. I already know what they're gonna do to Gekwa. That thing's gonna be fuckable, and I worry.
I'm so scared for it, but I think it could be so cute.
They're
It's
gonna
just got big dumbass eyes, and I'm a big fan of big dumb creatures. in
Brian.
Pokemon.
Brian, that thing's gonna grow eyelashes, and there's gonna be so much Rule 34 on it. It's gonna be crazy.
Scaly bait instead of furry
Scaly,
bait.
yeah.
I
Also,
think that's if I got that phrase right too, I'm gonna be pissed.
quickly, last thing. My girlfriend re-downloaded Pokemon Go, went back into it, and she showed me her favorite evolution, which is Vaporeon. And I was go, did you know that? And I just stopped. I was like, I can't do this to her. She doesn't need to know these things. This is purely for the eyes of a degenerate like myself who knows about not Cyndaquil, Typhlosion and Gardevoir and Lopunny, and all the others. So, Brian, it seems like something has happened in your world. So I'm going to let you speak. So I was going to end this thing, but your face says you just saw Rule 34.
I said scaly fetish to see if
Yeah.
that's the thing. I misspelled it.
Yeah.
It's SCALIE, not SCALY.
Mhm.
And that, I knew, he told me I was right. Like, yeah, that's when they're, attracted to anamorphic, like lizards and snakes and stuff like that. Do you want to know where the definition's from?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know this was a fucking website.
Okay.
I didn't know this was a thing. WikiFur. A furry
WikiFur?
Wikipedia.
Oh, there was always. It's like a Kiwi Farms. It started out as a Chris Chan one. There's always wikis for the weirdest shit. I'll start. My dog is here. Hi. Yeah, I know. She's had a rough week.
That's the throw up one?
Yeah, that's what I give the Heimlich to her at one point. So she had a tough, but she's fine. Brian, I had other topics, I think. But with that said, we're at 57 minutes. We were going to do 45. We did not do 45. Where can the people find you?
You can find me across all sorts of medias at Auric Polaris, AURICPOLARIS, especially at twitch.tv/AuricPolaris. Halo continues. I'm thinking about starting to do some challenge runs for Pokemon, some randomizers, some Nuzlocke, something like that, just because I'm in very Pokemon mood. Hey, Orden, where can the people find you?
Find me at Jordan Stout on Twitter. I'm actually tweeting more these days. And then find me at Moonstamp across all platforms, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, rate, whatever you can do on whatever platform you're listening to. We will see you next week.
Peace out.
Peace. I don't know why I said peace.